People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. The first thing that is popping in the news, I am going to speak about an incident that occurred at a place called Railway Lane that is in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Wherein three persons, a cabman, a lady and a next man, was caught up. The cabman, his name is Orlando McGregor. The lady that lost her life, Marlene Smith. They were taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, however, they were pronounced. I am going to give you the details of exactly what goes on with extortion as it pertains to minibus, taxi driver, especially in a Spanish town. However, I am going to give you the backstory of exactly what occurred. There are three videos that are in this incident. The first video, there was some sorts of arguments with Mr. McGregor, the cabbie that drives a white Pro Box with some sorts of blue sign on the side by the door. In that argument, you could see that Mr. McGregor, he had some sorts of knife in his hand, and he was pointing a knife at somebody, and he was saying, you know, say a war now, what una go do? That person or some people was videotaping it like anything that goes down in any sort of hot part of town. People always did it with some sorts of phone, some sorts of camera. It is going to reach social media quickly. This was on Tuesday or earlier Wednesday. I don't really know the time frame. However, a couple of hours or a day later, the two other videos that followed, it showed two people in the vehicle, the same vehicle in which this man was arguing with some other people, when he pretty much used a knife and lick out them phone, or you could see some sorts of shaking of the phone when he might tell them say a war. That same man was in the vehicle. The windows, side windows of that vehicle was out. Everything smashed out based upon the fact that some people pull up on him while he had a customer. That customer's name, Marlene Smith. She is about 40-something. He was about 30-something year old. Both of them were slumped over. No source of motion. They were gone. DEAD on the spot. Do not call the paramedics, call the coroner. There was also a third video with people looking as usual, and you hear the same person, the same voice that was recording the first incident that took place maybe the day before or maybe a couple of hours before. You could hear that same voice recording once again. So therefore, it seems as if somebody was documenting from what happened to the final outcome. Don't know if they needed this for the extortionists or they need some sorts of proof. So people, at the end of the day, three people get caught up because of some sorts of motive. I am going to tell you the motives that were said. Two people lose them life. One person was caught up in the leg. Luckily for him, I guess Mrs. Marlene was in the range of where they were pointing these these guns at this man. She got hit also, did not make it. Now, when you look at the first video, or just speaking about the first video, and I am not going to put up this video because of YouTube's policy. Whenever them hear any sorts of loud, boisterous Jamaican dialect, them usually flag it. It is not going to get monetized. However, I am going to put these videos in my group, my WhatsApp group. The phone number, if you want, Railway video, Just send me a text. You want to join the group? Leave your name. Do not call me and worse. No video call me. Me no want looking at nobody face, especially no ugly man. So people, in that first video, like me say, this youth Mr. McGregor, him big and him thick, what them call strapped in. He had a knife in him hand, but what he has to realize, it is not the size of the man. You cannot bring a knife to a GUN fight. You are always going to be on the SHITTY end of the stick. What is most important, there is a protocol, not going to say it is right. It is called extortion. I am going to give you the motives that I heard and what could be the possible why he lost his life. Well, it is obvious why he lost his life, but me just as say, me I go explain everything in intricate details. Whenever you are a cabman, taximan, minibus driver, and you are going to do any sorts of business in a Spanish town, you have to pay extortion. Extortion is the order of the day. Everybody have to pay, no matter who you are, which part you come from. There is no sorts of blight. It is called taxation without representation. So when you go there, you are going to be introduced, or maybe the people will tell you, say, come do business. They are going to tell you who are the man, who you have to check. When you check that person, maybe more than one people are on the route. You have to check either one of those persons. They are going to tell you, you pay X amount of dollars up front. You are going to pay X amount of dollars per day, per shift. You do not want to miss those payments, or else if you miss those payments, more than likely you are also going to miss your life. There is no going around that. That is signed and sealed. That is the rule. That is the law. You cannot break the rule. You cannot break the law. And next motive that it is said that he also borrowed some money. Now people, here is the next disturbing fact. Most of the people that borrows loan or get any sorts of loan in a Jamaica, they don't go through the traditional way, meaning the NCB, the Scotia, any other sorts of official financial institution. Them get the money from what we call loan sharks. These people are loan places that have exorbitant payback, meaning interest rate, meaning 25 to probably 40% that you have to pay back. A lot of these loan people are mobster, meaning gangster, meaning dons in a certain era. Whenever you take out any sorts of loan, they are going to want to know where you live, which part your mother live, which part your wife live, which part your daughter or your pick them go to school. So therefore, if you not pay, if you are late on the payments, you are going to be late on living. You might not end up living anymore, and if they cannot find you, one of those very important persons in your life is going to get missing. Here is the thing that is even more disturbing. Not only do you have the extortionists that are running all of these bus park transport system in a Jamaica, these extortionists are also extorted by the top popo them in the era. So therefore you have people in the era a hustle all sorts of weed, a hustle cocoa, a extort, the busman, the minibusman, any and everybody have to pay. However, those same people have to also be extorted by the popo. Now you have to ask yourself the question, how is it that a country like Jamaica that claim that they are very serious upon crime, how is it that they allow this to happen? It is called greed. It is called corruption. It is called the popo is no different from the extortionist. So therefore, the extortionists, they are extorting the cabbie, the minibus man, and then the popo are extorting. So therefore, the popo are at the top of the food chain at the end of the day. Sad to say, but truly so. So at the end of the day, Orlando thought that because him big body and him can bully the thing. People, I am not going to say that he is wrong. Maybe he was just frustrated. Maybe he was not making any sorts of money, and then people them in him ears for money that he did not think that he actually owed them. However, when you sign any sorts of deal with the devil, you are pretty much FUCK from the start. Even worse is the fact that Marlene, she lost her life, guilty or DEAD by association, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. People, Jamaica is a very sad place. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called Karma Always Catches Up to Some Sorts of Criminal Sooner or Later. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Albion. Albion is in Manchester, wherein two persons got conned up. One of them fatally, he did not make it. Based on information, it is said that a cabman that runs the route from Mandeville towards St. Elizabeth and back, he picked up some customers from St. Elizabeth on his way from St. Elizabeth headed towards Mandeville in a place called Albion, Manchester, like me say. He opened the door. Some people emerged from out of the bushes, blaze up the cabbie, blaze up the passenger. Passenger did not live to tell the tale. Cabbie jump in him car, blaze, go at the power station, make some sorts of reports. Now people, based on the information, it is said that this man, whose name is Mr. Simpson, 26-year-old, he had previous run-ins with the law. This man was just released out of jail maybe about a week ago or so. So people, this tells you everything. The people know who they were looking for. The people lay await him. The people shocked and awed him, jump out of some sorts of bush and spray up the place. The people have to take for themselves. However, Mr. Simpson was not so fortunate. Mr. Simpson was the victim or the target. Not the victim, the target. Every dog has its day. That is the moral of the story. Point blank and period. Thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.